What is up, everybody? You know what it is. X on the beach, peak of love. So we got Allie and Daniel that's on the chopping block. Magdalena shows up and surprises everybody. And Niall is in to bugs. Let's go. Let's get it.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Teen drama music that always happens. We always gotta come in on the teen drama music. We need to have like a trap version.
Literally, actually, this beat is working.
Don't even know.
Yo, I had auditioned earlier today and I had to dance, and this was the music they were playing. It was terrible. Yeah. What's up, everybody? You know what it is. Your boy Lim Gonzalez here, and it's X on the beach, peak of love. You know how we do. Back again. Of course, I got my peoples with me. My A1 since day one. You know her because she never plays. Sensei is in the building.
Yes, and I'm definitely feeling myself because a girl had time to get it together tonight. So it's all growth in inches, all 2020. Okay.
Oh, snatch. I'm not mad. And, you know, she's on this panel. I met her for the first time today, and she's amazing. Akilah Friend in the building.
Yes, I'm so ready to talk about all this show. I love it. I love it. We ready.
Yeah, we ready. Of course, you know, we got to have the guests, so we got to bring it back. It's guest time. It's guest time. Ladies and gentlemen, via Skype land, this brother, you first saw him on Real World Portland.
Okay.
He was on the Challenge Rivals.
Yes.
And according to his IG, he is the rapping bodybuilder. Marlin is in the building. What up?
Yo, what's good?
What's popping? My brother, we gonna get right into it. So, because it's a lot to cover. So, I just want to say, like, you've been getting the bad rap, you know, this season. And I feel like I need you to help me out because I'm like, you know, you just sitting there like dazed and confused, right? Because he's like, yo, they coming to me. Like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, please help us out. Bro. Explain, shed light.
Yo, I didn't get it, man, because it's like, okay, we all was like we're doing a dating show. So, like, the whole thing is to openly date. So whether, like, you know what I'm saying, I can get in my head, like, oh, like, if you're single and this person is single, like, if they're shooting shots, then you can't really be mad at them unless you're going to claim them as your, like, as, like, your person, whatever, right? Just because we were alphabet friendly, you know what I mean, this season. So, like, you know, all the pronouns and stuff be getting me. But I was like, how am I getting a bad rep when I'm minding my own business? I'm just doing me, you know what I mean? Solo dolo, rocking to my own thing. And your exes are coming at me. But y'all not mad at y'all's exes. Y'all mad at me. I couldn't get it.
But Marlin, is that really minding your own business if these exes are coming to you and you're entertaining it?
Yeah, they knew exactly who to go to time and time again.
Because, I mean...
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Because I just want to know, you know, because what was your mindset going into this house? Now, yes, all the exes have been flocking to you. You're an attractive guy. And what, though, was your mentality when all of this was going around with them coming to you? And did you have their exes in the back of your mind? Or going into this show where you just like, you know what, I'm going to just be me and I'm going to do me. And that's just what it was. What were your thoughts?
Yo, no, my whole thing was like, I'm just going to do me. Because, like, I didn't know who was going to be there. I didn't know, like, what I was walking into. So I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, obviously being bisexual, like, the gray area is, like, wide for me.
Right.
So I was like, look, I'm not going here with no expectations. I'm going to go in here and just fill it out. And I'm going to shoot my shots. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to just swag it out and whatever comes my way, you know what I mean? If I like it, I'm going to keep it. If not, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to MTV next it. Like, but I think my presence in the house being so open with either who I liked or just with just my personality, I think it intimidated some people. And I think that, like, me being so just like 100% all in and just not being afraid to like not having a filter on who I was as a person, I think that just brought out some insecurities in people. And then those insecurities got like projected back towards me versus towards the real issues, which may have been with, you know, communication with their ex, or where they were at relationship wise, or where they were comfortable with themselves. you know what I mean, those insecurities got projected on me early in the game.
Well, I do remember, and I do side with you in the sense of Demi situation when you guys were vibing and you had the whole thing with the eggs in the basket.
Right.
And she told you to not put all your eggs in the basket. And then when you start showing other attention, she gets upset. So it's almost like she wanted her cake and eat it too.
I felt that, but at the same time, from like I would say a woman's perspective too, you kind of want to test these dudes too to see if I tell you you can run or you can go somewhere, are you gonna jump hurdles and try to go to X or Y Z woman the minute I say it's okay? So I get it, but at the same time, I feel like that was her little way of saying,
like,
if
testing
you
him.
fight for me. If you really
she's testing the water on me for a little bit just to see okay, how you know, what is he really about? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. But to bounce off,
you know, I guess, I don't know. I just had a little bit of a different perspective just because it was like, this was kind of a special circumstance. You know what I mean? Right. I could understand if this was like every day we back at the crib life and it's like, yo, she's like, don't put all your eggs in my basket. Then I'm not stupid. Like, I know, like, nah, I'm gonna text her before I go to sleep. When I wake up, she's gonna be number one. I ain't doing nothing, right? But in this particular situation, it was a little bit different because it's like, you know, you got 10 people living in the same, you know, house trying to figure things out for each other. So it's like you can't really call dibs. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like this was one of those situations where you really couldn't call dibs versus like real life back at the crib.
Right.
Yeah.
But that being said, do you feel like you owed Adore a conversation? Because at the end of the day, yes, you know, it's none of your business, but you made it your business because you got in the business. Do you feel like, you know, especially Adore was saying how Danny, you know, he was feeling insecure and it brought out all these feelings. Don't you feel like you probably owed Adore a conversation, Danny a conversation? I say 100%. Both names because they're both fabulous.
Right. Look, you know, either way, they both fabulous. They both good people.
You know, they both keep it real, okay?
I'm with you. All right? No, but seriously, though, and they didn't show this, though, because, like, literally that next morning, I did try to have a conversation with Adore about the whole situation and kind of clear the air. One, at the time, she had just kind of found out the information, so she didn't even want to talk to me at all. But I did try to have that conversation. She just kind of shut it down. And then later on, after things kind of settled out and her and Jack kind of got back on good terms, I did go back and have a conversation with her. But it was more so about like our whole interaction because obviously, you know, the Jack thing happened and we had our blowout in the kitchen and like all that. So we just kind of had a general conversation of like, I don't see you as inferior to me. I see you as an equal. I see you as a very strong person. I was like, I know that just coming from your background, I know you've had to be, you know, a tough ass. So like, understand that like, I have respect for you on the utmost level. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want this situation to make you think that I don't have a respect for you. So we cleared the air. It just obviously didn't make the edit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, because I know you were coming on super strong and like being like, they're coming at me. And it's like, well, y'all kind of, it takes two to tango. Right. Okay.
And I can see where his situation is because if the ex is, you know, you should be going to the ex. You would think that they would go to the ex because that's the person that they have the connection with. That's the person they have the history with.
Yeah.
But they're coming to you. But obviously, and even Adore said that she was intimidated by you.
Yeah.
And so because of your presence, and so it would be easy to go to the person that you feel like is the one that's, you know, making all the noise as opposed to the person that you really should go to.
Really facing the problem
so,
head on.
No, I could see where that goes.
Fair.
Right, exactly. We do have some questions from the live chat. Sensei is going to bring that up.
Yeah. I don't know if you can speak on it, but Zion Simmons wants to know what your relationship is with LaDemi right now.
I mean, we talk, we text, we chat every once in a while. You know, it's cordial. You know what I mean? I think that there's some more stuff that has to play out, you know, before I can get really too deep in where we're at. But it's just kind of like, we're just playing it by ear. You know what I mean? We're not jumping the gun on anything. We're just keeping it cordial.
Okay. Kaya wants to know, were you really flirting with Laurel, or did Nicole just speculate the whole flirting situation? Like when she approached you guys, I believe the second time. Or was it the first time?
Oh, okay,
yes,
we're talking
the
about
first time at the ice party.
After the eggs.
After the eggs, at the party where you guys were both like kind of connecting over your all situation. It was the ice party.
Okay, the ice party. Okay, yeah. So,
yes.
Well, I would say when we were in the kitchen and she came up and I was asking her, like, do you see yourself with Nicole? Yes, there was a little bit of a flirt, flirtations, yes.
Because I felt it.
But I mean, I guess that is kind of part of my personality too, though. Like, I do like to, I guess, hype people up. I do want people to feel good about themselves. And like my thing is I was looking at Laurel was having a situation where she was dealing with someone who was kind of not giving her like the respect that I thought she owed. So I was, I was flirting, but it was just more of a just like, hey, go pick yourself up. You got a lot to give. Like, you're attractive. You got your thing going. Like, figure the situation out for you now because, you're an ex, but your single isn't trying to get with you. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
True.
iFresh wants to know, was he attracted to any of the straight guys in the house?
I mean, that's no. That's a tough question, right? That's a tough question. Daniel was weird. Daniel was weird, so no.
Right.
He said it was weird.
He was weird. So no. And then like Callum, like he's like a bro. Like he's like the like bros that I kick it with like back at the crib. You know what I mean? So like he's not gonna have that type of, I guess I'm not gonna have that type of relationship with him. And then Ryan is that's just not my type. You know what I mean? That's just not no.
Yeah, I feel like he's not anyone's type this season.
Yeah.
But when I saw his ex come I mean, I'm not hating because you know what? He actually,
when he pulled up with
great looking. I love
Magdalena.
that he
wasn't
loves
shade.
some hoops. I was just, seeing from the screen, the television, Okay, last question, and I kind of want to know as well. Joseph wants to know to describe your. Could he describe how he knows Jemmy? And I kind of want to ride off that question it kind of seems like to me that you guys were just friends before this and never really exes, and she kind of just came on the show because you guys were close. I mean, what's your intake on your all's relationship?
All right, so yeah, I know a lot of people like that. So this is the thing. So like a lot of people don't remember me on Rivals. So I actually met Jimmy on Rivals.
On Rivals.
On Rivals 2. Rivals 2. So me and Jimmy met on Rivals 2. So we kind of like flirted off and on the whole time that we were there, but it was just, nothing really happened. So after Rivals 2, me and her kept in touch. And that's when me and her obviously became friends and the whole nine. Now, from there, me and her did hang out a few times. I went out to NOLA. We just kicked it, you know what I mean? Did our thing or whatever. And that's where our relationship kind of started happening. Now we were off and on a little bit just because I'm not really a long distance person. And obviously a little bit of dirt came out, but we were just, it was bad timing. It was bad timing. She was going back and forth from New York. I was in Texas, and it just didn't work out at that time.
So there was a relationship. Like a friends with benefits situation.
Yeah. I mean, it was friends with benefits. Yeah. I mean,
did you turn
we
off
were official for a little bit, but
I was about to. I just want to know: did you turn off your shared your location with her yet, or are you still being followed?
Look, I think I did.
That was funny.
Right? Like, no lie, I think I did, but
I was like, I hope so.
After this
point, everything, changed my password. I think it's good. Coast is clear.
Because that moment was crazy. Yeah, right. I'm like, bruh, come on, man.
No social media. Like,
nothing.
Social media on her thing. I was like,
she knows.
She knew what was up. Right. She had the one leg up on you. She knew what was up. She knew what was up. I want to talk a little bit about this episode. Yeah.
Yes.
Because there was a lot that went on. We obviously had this huge switch where basically the singles was on the chopping block, which we haven't seen yet this season, which is crazy because then you got everybody politicking and Callum trying to do his forgiveness tour and like everything's going on. Right.
Face real quick.
Everybody. We even had Adore was trying to like, no, I really want to be here.
Right.
Like, I really want to be here.
Let me put my suit and tie on real quick.
Exactly.
I really love the time here. My bed is so warm and I'm just searching for love. And I have a really good heart. And my credit score is really high.
I wonder who Marlin is quoting right now.
Of course, we know he's quoting. That's great. But I did see that when we did see the ceremony, it came out that you had voted for Allie. And so we saw that obviously Allie was, trying to get with Niall, and they had the whole botched situation in the fireplace ceremony where she wanted to get really deep. He didn't want to get deep. And then it just all went left and nothing really happened. It's almost like they wasted the whole situation.
Right.
And so I wanted to kind of get from you, because obviously we as viewers, we know that there's a lot of editing that happens. So I wanted to get from you, why did you want Allie out of the house? Like, what was the reason?
All right, so my big thing with Allie was like, so obviously you have like the small talk whenever you get ready to know somebody, right? So the real big thing was in the beginning, she was just telling everybody the same story over and over and over again, right? About her past. And, cool, whatever. Then when Niall got there, it was literally like every 3 hours, it was, I want now. No, I don't want now. Now, I do want now. Like, just... like back and forth. So we were just like, yo, we gotta get her out of here. We just like, I can't deal with this. It's like having like, that annoying little kid in class that just won't stop telling the teacher that the homework is due. Like, you gotta go.
Wait, don't you think that's a little like a mean girl posse trying to take out this girl who's really trying to figure out relationships, trying to figure out love? People like that need the guidance. I get it. Like, maybe she was talking your all's ear off, but at the same time, she needed to be there way more than Daniel, and obviously it showed that at the end of the day. But don't you feel like
100%.
Don't 100%. You feel, because to me, I was like, I feel like they're ganging up on her. Like, she needs to learn these things. That's what's going to help her grow in life. These relationships, she's probably in her head because she is damaged in the past. We've all had past relationships that have been horrible, or they've, put us through the ringer. And it would have been better to see you guys want to be there for her than be like, okay, we want her out. She's getting on my fucking nerves just because I know myself. This bitch don't know her, so she died.
But I could also see based on just what we've seen.
I 100% agree with you guys. Like, I do think that it was a kind of a, like, looking back at it, it was a rash decision for me to give my vote for Allie. I just think that, like, you know what I'm saying? When you're in the moment, like, day to day, like, your emotions on, like, high alert. Like, there was really never a time where we weren't really just constantly having to like juggle between A or B. You know what I mean? Do I like this person? Do I not like this person? Like, you know what I mean? So I think at the time that it happened, you know what I mean? Like, at the time that it happened, I was just at a higher level of agitation with Allie. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So it was just like out of reaction, it was just kind of like,
got it.
Okay, I can vote for her. But I agree with y'all. I do. I'm glad that we didn't vote her off, like, in the long run, because y'all are gonna see her grow a lot, in more, I guess, episodes and later on in the show. So,
well, good.
She's amazing. She really is.
Yay.
So before we let you go, I wanted to, I know that you got, stuff going on outside of the show, and we always like our guests to be able to promote anything that they have going on. So I want you to take it away and let us know if there's anything that you have going on. I know, obviously, you're the fitness guru, and all into that. If you can let us know what you got going on. Yeah, I see him.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything that you can, social media-wise, that people can go to, anything like that.
Yeah, man. All my social media is Black Zeus Fit. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow me there. My big thing right now is I'm doing bodybuilding, and then I have my own online subscription, ztrainfit.com, where basically I put all the tools out there on a subscription service, and then I just do one-on-one training with people. So, like, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain muscle, whatever the case may be, I have all the tools on there. And then I just connect with my members on giving them guidance on how to do their, their training or their diet or whatever throughout the year. Other than that, I am the, rapping bodybuilder. So I'll definitely be putting out some music this year. That's really my thing, man. Just fitness and music is like my two biggest passions. So I just would love everybody to support ztrainfit.com and just follow my socials and be looking for some music from your boy.
All right, we ready to hear that.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, anytime I hear that somebody raps, I gotta have some bars.
Hey.
Like,
Some
can
bars?
you give us some quick 16? Can you give us a quick 16?
I give y'all a
real
quick 16. It may not be 16 because I ain't even.
It could be 8.
I got something for you.
Let's go.
Hope I don't fuck it up. All right. Came from the bottom. Drake shit. You going ham. Thank you, bitch. Getting rich was never the scheme. Feed my fam so they can live their dreams. I was the homie wearing Nikes. Messed it up. See?
Marlin!
Look,
He's a rapping bodybuilder.
It is what it is.
Years. Like,
That's fine. That's fine. We
It's
not
all
on
good.
8 Mile. You all right?
It's all good. Man, give it up for Marlin. Give it up for Marlin. Man, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing what happens with you the rest of the season and all that good stuff. And hopefully they stay off you.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm
they
saying?
ain't going to. Did you see next week's preview? Okay.
yeah.
I knew you was gonna say something.
Actually, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Actually, they're not going to stay off you.
Hands on.
They're going to be
Said
on.
all the eggs.
Hey,
all the eggs.
They can't stay mad at me too long, baby. Come on now.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. All right, Marlon, thank you so much. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, peace out. Yeah. So, man, Marlon, that was interesting about the whole Allie situation because, it was a great point that you put out of her needing to grow, right? Obviously, Danny was the person that needed to go, hands down.
Like, thank God, I would have been pissed
if it was Allie over Danny, because he did not. He should. My
I
thing
feel
is,
bad for Daniel still though, because I'm kind of like, the underdog, but he did have episode after episode.
They don't
So I'm like, he's
underdog.
got a personality there. It's something. There's a reason why these people
Personality.
keep bringing it.
he ain't got
killer,
no. He
girl.
got personality.
He's
of
had
a-
the same personality in every single reality show he has ever done in his entire
He
life.
has a personality of a tire. Let me tell you, he does not have any
I
personality.
fall asleep when he talks.
Yeah, it's like, and my thing is, I feel like he should have been mature enough to be like, you know what, I'm not making any
fall out.
connection, and let me just peace out. Because the thing was, he kept saying like, oh, I'm waiting for somebody to come in there. Like, no, everybody that comes in is
But I
not
love
for
your
you.
support.
Yes.
I do love your positivity.
Yeah, sure. We did see that some exes came in, and it was actually one. Magdalena shows up, and everybody was loving her.
Magdalena.
Right, okay, this was her whole intro.
Right.
That was it. That's all homegirl needed.
Don't fall. But she was spiritual though. Remember?
She was spiritual.
She was spiritual.
It's true. She was spiritual.
That's the point that
That's
got me.
it.
She was doing
She's
that
a very
over and over
spiritual
again. But
person.
I'm
I was
so
like,
spiritual.
Dang, like,
I'm
did she
so
only do that
spiritual.
the entire time?
Dude.
Because that's only side clips they had.
That's all they had. I was like, yo, for real.
me
But
fix myself.
they actually gave Ryan some love because he was kind of like, he was kind of the odd man out. Like, no one was really checking for him.
Right.
He wasn't really making no connections. He was just kind of like the off dude.
Almost
like,
forgotten.
Right, almost. And then, like, she comes in and they're like, oh, Ryan, we got respect for you. Like, everybody was like, oh, did not expect that.
That's
Look,
crazy.
Did not expect
he did
that.
say he loves a good woman in hoops, and she came through with the hoops.
Yes.
It wasn't
Right.
just a regular size.
Right.
That's
She came through with the Ryan hoops that
With the
she
spiritual
ready.
hoops. That was it.
Yes.
I see no spiritual.
Yeah.
It's not there. That was flown out the window.
I was like, well, I mean, I'm no judgment. I'm just no judgment. That's all I gotta say. I want to talk about tyranny because we see that she. You gonna sit?
Thirsty
You gonna sit?
tyranny. Come
Right.
on now.
But she had a conversation with Sam, and it seems like she literally is trying to find love everywhere.
She's trying.
And it's like she's trying so hard. And my thing is, I just want to get from you ladies, do you think she's getting a bad rap? Because on social media, she's kind of putting out there, like, the edits aren't doing her justice. It's making her look thirsty. Like, this is not who she is. But every episode, we see the thirst.
It's there. We see it because it's there. And what I want her to just pivot this. This is not thirsty. She is very competitive. Like she says, like, this is a show.
Okay.
I'm here to find love. If I came here and I decided to devote these weeks, I flew halfway around the world, I'm going to leave with something. And
And
so,
it's okay, girl.
And it's okay.
It's
Just claim that.
okay
Just claim that.
to be that chick. It's
Right.
okay if you want to find some love. It's okay to just admit that you really just want to find somebody. Like, you know, you over here, it's making you look a little worse being like, you know, their editing is bad. I mean, girl, you was in the frames. Like, you was saying what you was saying.
Things, checking the boxes.
Okay.
That part. He was like, I like someone who is loyal. I feel like he would have said anything. I like someone who likes Cheetos. Right here.
Look, Sam said her name at the end of the day, so she clearly doing something right.
He did. But also, who said her name is Niall. Remember that. Yes, remember
this episode he said her name?
No, this episode,
before
previous
Allie
episode
came in the mix.
I'm just saying, like, I'm wondering if he's just saying her name so she doesn't go bad on him. It's like, I like you, you know, because then you like pacify, you know, the beast.
She must really have some feels towards Sam. She didn't snap on him just yet, you know.
She didn't.
With Niall, it was real quick.
It was like,
but Niall's a child. I mean, he out here looking for nature.
Right.
He over here looking for bugs underneath.
Yo,
on the wild side.
My man was out here looking for bugs all throughout the back area of the chalet.
Quote unquote, he only has two moments for serious conversation. So you know,
that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I just want Tierney. We need you on the show because we need to get the real tea. Because if the edits is bad, then we need to know what's up.
Right.
Or you could just own it on the show, girl.
Yeah.
Like you could just let it all out right here with us.
That too.
That too. Okay.
I really want, what I want for Tierney is I want her to have an X show up. Because I feel like if an X show up, it'll kind of show really what we can really see what she's about. We'll see who that person is, what they're about, like how she left them or how they left each other, I should say.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that. Hopefully we get that. But needless to say, we need to have Tierney on the show because she need to talk. The SOS was hilarious. Yeah. Yo, that was comedy. Like the SOS comes up, which stands for Save Our Ship, which
I never knew that. Like, I just knew the Rihanna song, SOS me, someone help me.
I'm not gonna bust you out.
You just did, but it's fine.
But yo, it comes up and then it's like this, you know, dark figure with the hood, and it rings out and it's Laurel.
Oh my God!
And that was so great.
I thought she was gonna show up back on the show.
I thought so too.
And that's I was ready for that.
I thought so too. Yeah. But I will say this: I don't quote me on this. This is just me being a fan, seeing how the show works. I feel like some of the exes are going to come back. And I feel like if any of them come back, it's going to be her.
Yes.
Yeah. She's definitely going to come back for sure.
Yeah.
So just putting that out there. But yeah, I thought she was just going to appear out of nowhere and then be on the show back and like, you know. But that was funny, like how she was just talking. And then she basically says, look, singles, y'all on the hot seat now.
Right.
Because up until now, it's always been the exes. And you could only vote for an ex if you had an ex in the house. So now...
Which was not a lot of numbers.
Exactly. Right. So now all the singles are up for grabs and anybody can vote. Everybody gets a chance. So, of course, everybody, like we was talking to Marlin about, everybody starts politicking. You know, Callum tries to make it right with Sam. Like, hey, man.
The minute.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just want to let you know, man, I just, you know, I went too far. Yeah, man, I just, you know, we could be mates. You know, we could just be good. You know, everybody, like, let's see, who else? Danny was politicking.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of politicking going on.
Allie,
Once that came
was saying
oh,
it.
yeah. I need to grow.
Yeah.
I need to grow.
And Tierney, I'm here, you know, because I love myself.
I'm like, we all love ourselves. We all love ourselves. That's not a reason.
It is, because you gotta love yourself to love someone else.
Well, of course, but I'm saying, like,
ain't that the truth?
Come on, RuPaul.
But I was just like, yo, we all are on that journey. Like, that's not special to you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So we see that there is kind of a conspiracy brewing about getting Allie out. And so...
Right. And I was not here for it.
Right. And Marlin kind of said it wasn't for him. It was the heat of the moment, based on how, you know, she was reacting to oh boy. So
I mean, it was all of them.
It was all of them.
No. I'm saying he was included in
right.
that.
Yeah. But I think it's one of those things where, let's say if you potentially could be on the hot seat too, if you hear one person saying Allie, you're like, okay, it's not me. Let's just go with it.
I think the people who voted for Allie were Marlin, Tierney, Adore, LaDemi, Jack, because Adore was probably like, you need to vote
True.
for Allie. I'm done with her.
Same with Tyler, maybe then.
Oh, yeah, Tyler
She got
probably
6
dead.
votes, right?
I think it
So
was.
that would
It
be
was.
Tyler.
I just know they just kept saying
Yeah, they kept-
Daniel, Allie.
It was like
how many people are in this house?
But it was a nice little crew.
Yeah,
Right.
it was. It was.
You
She
know?
got a lot. It was neck and neck for a while, and then
Listen.
Daniel got the rest of them.
Yeah,
If
he
I
needed
was
to go.
Allie, I would be
So,
on a revenge tour
yeah.
next week, but I know she's too sweet for that.
Yeah.
But, like,
I think that she's going to, based on that happening, I think she's gonna kind of put some things in perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know that she's gonna like leave Niall alone because she seems like she really likes him, but I think that she's maybe approach it in a different way, just to show that what it's really
Yeah.
about. So of course in the ice ceremony, as we stated, it was between Allie and Daniel's the one that gets the most votes.
Yes.
And he's gone. He's done. He's out of there.
Been real.
Yes, been real. And I don't think anybody was sad about that.
No.
His ex was like, all right, peace.
Right.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised at the conversation between Sydney and Daniel earlier when she's just saying like, okay, Nicole is everything to me. I
Right.
just can't imagine talking to my ex
Right.
about someone else and saying
Right.
that if I had a checklist, she would check everyone
Right.
right in front of him.
Yeah, well, first of all, she's way over him.
Right.
Like, I think she was over him when she got there. There was no
Facts.
point of reconciliation.
Yeah.
So I think for her, it was easy to say that, like, oh, yeah, she's checked all my boxes.
Right.
Yes.
Because she doesn't see him
Doesn't
as
see him that
anything.
way.
Yeah, she's way over him.
Yeah.
Just like Marlin is over Jimmy. They kind of, but it looked like it was amicable. Like if
Right.
they were both on the same page, they're like, oh, we're just kind of over each
Yeah.
other.
Right.
And that's
moving
what
on.
kind of made me be like,
Yeah.
I think he just put her on here to put her on, and now they just on here together.
Yeah.
Well, he said it's kind of, people are kind of going on that tone.
Exactly.
So I think it's time for Minute with Uncle Lim. If we can bring that up. This is a serious one.
I know.
Yeah. And so I want to. Are we up? I just want to make sure. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Just want to wait for my. Yes, there it is. So I'm going to dedicate this segment to Alexis Eddy. So Alexis Eddy was on season 1 of Are You the One, which is something that both of us have covered for several seasons. Alexis Eddy was actually a guest on our show. We have a picture up here. And I actually met her in person at the reunion taping. Very lovely lady.
So sweet.
Unfortunately, she passed away this morning at the tender age of 23. And so I kind of wanted to give her some grace. I distinctly remember her talking about how cool her grandmother was when we were having the segment, and because her grandmother had appeared on one of the episodes.
Yes.
She seemed to live life with no regrets,
Yes.
on her own terms, in her own way. In these times, we realize that life is a gift to be cherished and not taken for granted. That's why you should always live life with no regrets, just like Alexis. Just like our producer Steph, based on a conversation we had before the show. Just like everyone who is out there living their truth. Keep striving. And that's all I have to say.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Yes, absolutely.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
This is for her.
Yeah, shout out to Alexis. Beautiful soul, gone too soon. And I know that basically, shout out prayers to her family during this time, and also the AYTO family, the people that were
love
friends
you
with her.
guys.
Yes, absolutely, because we're friends with all of them.
Yes.
They've all been on the show. So, let's get into predictions. Let's do that.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, Akila, what you got going on next week? We know that Marlin's getting some heat.
Marlin's definitely gonna get some heat in the sheets, and you know it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But I know earlier we were talking about Allie and how she's gonna approach, Niall moving forward. We saw that little hot tub scene where she was pretty much yelling at him to go away. So I feel like this is done, or it's close to done. Probably because he didn't fight for her, or he didn't say how he truly felt when she was catching all the flack for being so emotional about him. So maybe she's just over it now. And Marlin, we know, is going to be Marlin, which we love.
Right. Well, I'm
of
gonna write
course.
off of that because a part of me is like, Niall was saying in his confessionals at the ice ceremony, saying, I really don't want her to go, and starting to have these real feelings for her as he's thinking she's going to leave. So I'm interested to see how he carries himself. I mean, because she doesn't know that he was saying that. Right. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe he's actually trying to force something and she's just not ready. And so I think maybe she's kind of being like, no, get away, because she's maybe realizing like he really is a child. Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Niall.
Oh, Niall.
Like, and I mean child as in like, he just wants to do him. Right, he just wants to not have a serious relationship. Right. You know what I mean? So I feel like she's going to kind of just maybe be over it. Like, she going to finally realize in herself, that's what I don't want, and maybe it's going to backfire on him.
I could see that happening simply because I think that she obviously, does have feelings for him, but he has a lot of growing up to do. He's not trying to be in type of serious relationship. And that was why the fireplace situation was such a bust, because she's talking super deep and he's like, I just want somebody to rub my leg.
And one last thing, I am excited to see Ryan a little bit more. I feel like his ex is really getting his personality out a little bit more. I think we're seeing his sensitive side and his true self. So I'm excited to see his wall come down and we actually get to get to know him more through the TV, kind of see what he's about, because there are some layers under that lumberjack. I'm gonna call him a lumberjack because he really played the part last week.
That's it.
Last week. So.
Oh my gosh, hilarious. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. Want to thank you so much for tuning in, and shout out to our guest Marlin for joining us. Marlin. That was amazing. Make sure you stay tuned, because our goal is to have a guest every single episode for the rest of the season. And you want to see who's coming up, because it may be one of your favorites. Yes. I have been your host, Lim Gonzalez. You can find me everywhere at Lim Gonzalez, GONSALVSN. I'm going to move this microphone aside because my cousin has a t-shirt line. And he made this little t-shirt for me, specially. And shout out to him, cousin Josh. And if you want to get a t-shirt, he's starting his business. Check him out on IG at CPT PLOK. OQ, excuse me. I don't know why it is. CPT SPLOQ. Go to that Instagram. You can get your t-shirt. Boom, there it is. Shout out to my cousin Josh. Boom,
it looked like he do custom because it's that lamb.
Oh, yeah. And it's got the beard there.
Yeah, you got the beard, the king.
Yeah. It's all great. It's all great. Let me just make sure I get a snapshot. Boom, there it is. Yeah. All right, Sensei, where you at?
All right, well, first, before you guys find me where I'm at, because normally y'all know where I'm at, tomorrow, 10 a.m., me and Melody will be not sitting down. Callum will be Skyping from the UK. It is going to be the UK edition of X on the Beach. The time difference is a little crazy. They're 8 hours before us, so, we got to catch them in the AM. So it's going to be mimosas, me and Mel, interviewing Callum tomorrow morning. So we're going to be going live at 10 a.m. If you guys are up, drink a mimosa with us, and let's get this tea from Callum. So you know where to follow me, at Sensei Don't Play.
Yeah. Keely, where you at?
You got to love some British tea. But as for me, you can find me everywhere, really mainly on Instagram, at Akila Friend. That's AKILAH, and friend with 2 F's, so FFRIEND. Hope to connect soon.
Boom. Yes, and we miss Messy Melody.
Yes, Messy.
So she'll be there tomorrow morning and back with us. So we'll have a full panel next week. So it's going to go down. Till then, peace.
See ya. Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.